World order really consists of three aspects. There is a new world political system that everyone today is calling the New World Order. As well as that, there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World Economic Order. In addition to those two items, there is a third plan for religion. You see, the planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. So really there's three aspects to this New World Order. A New World Economic Order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases and scan its.
Well, they've already put the program in Los Angeles. In fact,
right.
A trilateralist named Mayor Bradley, Uncle Tom Bradley, was responsible for putting this in dogs.
Right.
And your children will be considered like animals. And operating through the Council on Foreign Relations, through the Trilateral Commission, through the Club of Rome, through Global 2000, which wants to reduce the population of the planet by, 25%. 25, that's 1,250,000,000 people have to be exterminated by the year 2000.
This is Zoe. Just like you, she uses lots of different cards and IDs to get through her day. What if all Zoe needed was herself? Introducing Amazon One, a free service that lets you use your palm to quickly pay for things, gain access, earn rewards, and more. Let's say you're grabbing your favorite coffee beverage, or heading into the office, or checking out. Just hover your palm and you're on your way. It's easy.
Federal Reserve continue as it is? And in my view, the answer is no. We don't have to worry so much anymore about abolishing the Fed, because the Fed is about to metamorph into something quite different, and it won't be there anyway in the form that as we know it. And it's hard to imagine, but it'll even be worse. And that's the thing. What will it be? Well, they're transitioning now as hard as they can to a new monetary system, where people like us, ordinary people around the world, we won't have money in our pockets. There'll only be a digital currency, and it'll be a central bank digital currency. It's not like Bitcoin or some private coin. These would be nationally issued and internationally sanctioned currencies, and they're digital currencies, not an awful lot different from credit card money, which is digital also. But in this case, once they achieve their goal, there will be no more credit cards, so to speak. All private systems of money will be replaced by this one monopolistic, one world, literally, a monetary system, and it'll be totally controlled by the banks, not by the governments. And every transaction you make, all the way from buying a packet of gum, to buying a car, to making an endowment to somebody, anything of any size, will have to go through the currency of the digital currency owned by the central banks. Now, I'll come to the end of that one. What's so different about that? Well, the difference is that you have no other place to go, and you'll never have control of your own money without permission of the banks, because it has to clear through their computers. And if they don't like you for any reason, and I can think of a few that they might not like me, they could just throw a switch, and I won't be able to have any money for anything, which puts me out on the street with my hat on the sidewalk begging for food and donations to my overhead.
I'm happy you brought up central bank digital currencies. It is the future. And to that point, where do you hide? How do you protect yourself? How do you protect your privacy? Does that not build a bigger case for assets like the cryptocurrencies, gold, silver?
Well, I think it builds a good case for all of these alternative assets. Yes, anything other than currency, because we're not going to have our currency anymore. If we have anything we now have in U.S. dollars or any other national currency, in the very near future, will disappear. It'll be transformed into central bank or digital currencies. So those will all disappear. Now we'll have the private blockchains, perhaps, where we can still trade with each other at a local level.
So inside each of these boxes here is probably the coolest and most dangerous thing I'm ever gonna do to my body. Each of these contain a microchip that I'm gonna be surgically implanting into my body forever so I can be better connected to my smart home. No, I'm not joking. Let me explain how and why. This is what the microchips look like. You can see it here next to the quarter for scale. And this is what the tool looks like that's going to be injecting it into me. As you can see here, it's a very, very big needle with an opening on the end where the chip will be deposited out. To start off, I'm going to be putting one of these in each one of my hands, right here between my index finger and thumb. If you feel there's a lot of meat there for it to go into. I've got this block of clear gelatin here I cooked that I'm going to be using to show you guys exactly what it looks like when these things are installed. So once they have my hand all sanitized and prepped, they're going to take the needle and insert it about 2 inches into my hand. They're then going to push the lever here. You'll see that the chip will insert into the gelatin, pull it out, and just like that, we have an implant. Now, why in God's name would I ever want to have this in my hand? Let me explain. So first off, what are these things? Most of these are NFC tags or RFID tags. NFC and RFID are 2 forms of wireless communication that don't require batteries. A really common use case for RFID is the building fob that you use to scan in and out of apartments. NFC, for example, they're used on certain things like these gym pass cards where you scan in to get in and out of the gym. That being said, there are 4 main ways I plan to utilize these implants. So the first one and most straightforward is cloning my existing cards and fobs that I have so I no longer have to carry keys or a wallet. I just tap my hand and I'm in. Second is using it for authentication on my computer, phone, or sensitive devices. If I don't think a password is enough, I can program it so I have to tap my implant to access that information. Basically just like a super secure fingerprint scanner. Next is building my own custom solution. So I have this antenna here that can scan the tags. I can program it so when I scan my tag, it can control all sorts of things. Maybe that's opening a safe. Maybe that's opening my smart lock, which I'm gonna do. So I could fob into my apartment with my hand and open my apartment door with my hand. No keys required. There's lots of flexibility that we're gonna be able to do with this bad boy, and there's gonna be lots of videos on it. And lastly, and this one's a little bit more complicated and will take me a while to set up, but payment. There is a world where you can use your tag to tap for a payment like you would with a tap credit card. Really excited about that one. So there's a lot more to unpack here, so this is going to have to be a multi-part series, so toss me a follow if you like this stuff and you want to keep up to date. We're going to start with learning how to hack RFID, NFC, how to copy the tags and everything. Then we're going to look into getting it installed, whether I maybe do it myself or go to a professional. Then we're actually going to get the tag installed and start testing it out. Super excited for this, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you soon.
Everyone should get this. Simply RFID. Have a good day. That's it.
They call it part of the 4th Industrial Revolution.
One of the features of this 4th Industrial Revolution is that it doesn't change what we are doing, but it changes us.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change. Up until now, the conversation we've been having is around freedom of speech. Once we can access people's thoughts and access people's emotions.
The focus, as all of you know, today is on what's now called the Internet of Bodies, involving medical implants and other kinds of devices that go inside your body and all together with the Internet as a whole comprise the Internet of Bodies.
The Internet of Bodies, or IOB, is actually an ecosystem. It's a bunch of devices that are connected to the Internet that contain software and that either collect personal health data about you or can alter the body's function. We think of the Internet of Bodies as this collection of all these devices as well as all the data that the devices are gathering about you. And in healthcare, Internet of Bodies has been around for quite a while.
So the Internet of Bodies, imagine the power of AI. What is artificial intelligence? It's a way to automate computation and cognition. So we can now automate learning, perceiving, doing computation. It's a pervasive general purpose technology that will be used in all of our industries, that will come into our professional networks, our private networks, our schools, our industries and our offices. What I wanted to epitomize with the Internet of Bodies is this notion that we will be under assessment, we will be under measure of computation in every aspect of our lives in the future. From what you eat, who you date, what you buy on the internet, how much energy you use, but also what are your vital signs, how well are you doing in terms of health, what kind of specific genetic quirks do you have, what's your genome telling about your health, about your mental health, about how well you are doing, how well you are aging, what kind of disease you are susceptible to.
It has a bit of an Orwellian twinge to it.
Well,
All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Call Loyam La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Salutations to you, Akim, that's pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. All right, so those videos were to get you to, you know, connect the dots so that you can, you know, draw a conclusion. All right, you know, because you got a lot of individuals who, you know, who are on the fence about what the MOTB is. And it's clear as day what this devil is doing. And if you can't see it, then something's wrong with you. All right. If you can't see it, something's wrong with you. And also the Lord has blocked you from getting that understanding, because this is vital information. Like, this is vital information. This is nothing you take lightly, especially because this is going to shape the world that we live in. All right. You see these rich ass Edomites, these, you know, at the World Economic Forum, you even see Hollywood actors there, you know. All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, and then you got a slew of people that's with this new world that they're creating, man. All right, so it's nothing to be taken light. All right, this is vital information. This is for you Israelites, all right, who are on the fence about what the MOTB is, and it's clear as day. All right, this ain't no joke. This ain't no conspiracy. They're telling you exactly what the hell they're gonna do. You take this devil light if you want to. All right, this is Revelations 12:12, because it says this is part of him coming down with that great wrath, because he's going to cut off a lot of people with this technology that he has, man. All right, as soon as information ain't gonna be available for people to you know, to protect, I mean, to you know, prepare themselves, man. Scripture says, prepare thyself for thy battle in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. I think it's around the 38th, 39th, 40th verse. All right, when you read, all right, it says, prepare thyself for thy battle, man. The scriptures talk about Jacob's trouble, man. All right, and this is going to spawn some trouble for you Jakes, man. Okay, right along with other scourges that's coming. But this is going to be the real deal, Holyfield. This is going to be the main thing, okay? All right, this is one of the last prophecies, man. All right, and see, Jake think this is a game. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And within that short time that he knows that he has, he wants to take every soul, every living soul down with him. All right, okay? He wants you to worship him. He wants to change your genetic makeup, all right, to something that's not human, okay? All right? I don't know how many times we got to tell y'all, but we're going to tell y'all, all right, so we can get that blood off our hands, all right? Okay? And the scriptures talk about that, man. You know, a wise man foreseeth the evil coming, and they hide it themselves, you know? And then you got, you know, I think it's Isaiah 56:10, you got them dumb dogs who can't bark at the enemy coming, who can't warn you from the enemy coming, because they're down with the enemy. All right, they're down with the enemy, and there's a lot of your leaders are down with the enemy. All right, okay. If they telling you to get the, you know what, the JAB, okay, not a JOB, but you're gonna have to get that JAB to get a JOB. Okay, if they telling you to get that, then yeah, that's a red flag. Okay. All right, because the information coming out on that, all right, and a lot of you looking stupid, okay, and a lot of you probably you got a lot of blood on your hands, because you probably the cause of many people dying. All right, so I just really wanted to say a few words, man, because, you know, for these Israelites who are on the fence about what the what the MOTB is, the RFID chip, all right, and the implications behind it, and what Esau is doing. He's showing you what he's about to do. He's been showing you for some time now, all right? Okay, Revelations 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And it's not talking about Cesare Borgia. It's not talking about the image of a white Jesus, okay? That is talking about the society, the makeup of the society, how the society is ran, all right? The image, okay? Icon, All right. All right. So it's dealing with the standard of how society is being ran. All right. It's dealing with its principles, its core values, so on and so forth. All right. That's the image. All right. Verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Now, the other aspect of this new world that they want us to live in, all right, the biggest aspect is what? The Internet of Bodies, which you just seen in some of those videos, all right? Okay? And part of the Internet of Bodies is to get you people to connect to the Internet. And how could they do that? By implanting devices in you, okay? All right. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. All right. And the mark is going to be the centerpiece of the society. All right. That's how you're going to be able to do everything. You hear him talking about the Internet of Things, the smart homes, smart cars. You got people that literally can configure their RFID tags to open up their cars. All right. To go inside their houses. They talking about RFID tags in your drawers. They're like, this is no cap. It's not even a joke. So if you sweating your underwear, which is part of the Internet of Things, Internet connected, it has a chip in it, just like all clothes. I can show you videos on that. This not a joke. It could change the temperature in your house to where you can feel warm and cozy in your snugs. All right. So it's not funny. It's not a game. All right. But you know, you Jakes are taking this thing lightly, you know, and it's not nothing light. All right. It's not nothing to be on the fence about. All right. Christianity ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay. But I digress, man. All right. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Now, in the first video, I think the video where the guy is explaining, let me see, he's explaining the CBDCs. All right. They're going to revamp the whole system. And these central banks are going to have control over your money, how you use your money, all right? And they already have these things in place, okay? Because you know how you know it's true? When you go into their global warming efforts and the implications behind their global warming efforts and the certain laws that they're going to set up in place for this global warming attacking global warming or making the world a better place, so to speak, for lack of better words. Within the frameworks of that, they're going to be controlling how much carbon. How can I say decarbonization? That's the term they use. They're going to determine how much things you can do. All right. All in the name of, global warming or fighting against global warming. Okay. So this thing it's not a conspiracy. This is what Esau is talking about on the daily. All right. Hell, they just had the World Economic Forum this year. All right. So you already know the things that they're talking about. And at that forum, they already have them in place. They just need the lawmakers, and they need not scandals, but they need crises to bring in these things. All right. Which they ain't no short of crises that's going to start happening. Okay. What did Biden say? Biden said when the Hurricane Ian was hit, what did he say? All right. Out of all of the things he could have said, he said what? Make sure you go get the JAB. That's going to help. He was, basically saying that, man. All right. Go get the JAB. Out of all the things he could have said, evacuate. He said get the JAB, man. All right. Okay. All right. He could have said a million other things, but that's what he said. So their intentions is to what? to get people to go along with this new this new society that they're building, man. All right, they're trying to get people within the frameworks of what they got going on for this new world that they already had in place. All right. It says, in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. So this ain't a joke, man. All right. And we know that number goes back to his barcode, his UPC code, and that's how he's moving. All right. That's how this devil is moving. All right. All right. So that was pretty much it. You know, you can take this thing light if you want, but the scriptures say don't take things light. All right. Let's see if I can find it really quick. Yep. Perfect. Be not ignorant. Sirach 5 and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. This ain't a small matter. This is a great matter, man. You know, so get it together. All right, for you Israelites that's on the fence. You know, HOI, IUIC, get it together. Stop the pride, because you don't want to have the same talking points as Great Millstone. You don't want to be in maybe you feel like you're going to be subjected. No, you're going to be in line with the spirit. All right. You know, it ain't going to make you, it's not, we ain't forcing you to, we're not belittling you. All right. Like, get hip to the chip, man, or take it lightly and be put in a situation where things are dire, you can't eat, and the only way you can eat is get that chip. All right. You can be on the fence about it now, and then when that time comes, when things are around here, things are in chaos, and the only way out, all right, which that ain't the only way. The RFID chip ain't the only way out. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, is the only way to escape this devil and his nefarious plans. All right. So be on the fence if you want about it. All right. With that, I'm going to say shalom.